What's up, y'all? Sparda here for T.G.C. and the game I'm playing now is called Bleach Brave Souls. If you guys are interested in playing it, but this here isn't a mobile game, first impressions thing. It's more of a talk and I guess insight, my opinions on the news of Street Fighter 5. Now, as you guys know, I'm a fighting game player. I play fighting games more than I play anything else, pretty much, unless it's like Dark Souls games. But what I want to get into right now is the simple fact what the hell? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. What the fuck? Oh. Sorry. Is my, opinion on everything that Capcom is, doing as far as Street Fighter 5 goes, with the story being released in June, and one of my friends told me, another person that's gonna start doing stuff on the channel, is that what he told me is that Capcom is planning to release gay online lobbies and whatnot in March with one of their characters, Alex, and with trials, challenges, and stuff like that, game tips along with that character, or within the same month of that character, which isn't far away by any means, but it's still, don't know how I feel about it, because for a company like Capcom, which they're by no means in a great state right now. They're recovering from losses and whatnot, sure, but at the same time, when I look at Capcom and them doing this kind of thing to one of the franchises that basically made them what they are today, I don't necessarily know how to feel, because, yeah, sure, I don't normally play trials in fighting games. I don't even go online in fighting games, but you can argue that online mode in fighting games are basically what makes fighting games these days. And to be honest, I can live without a story in a fighting game, because games like Dead or Alive 5 have a shit story, and I don't care. And yeah, sure, you can say, well, Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 9 has an amazing story. No, they have good stories. They're just seen as amazing because no gaming company decided to actually put production value into their story modes like that. But what I'm mainly trying to say right now is that while I understand that Capcom is not really in the light that they used to be, but at the same time, when they're being endorsed by Sony of all companies, right, they shouldn't have to off-put a story mode, even though, sure, it's their first ever time doing a story mode like that, because they've always ever done arcade mode and having cutscenes or still images along with the story or arcade in it. But it's just more that they make games like Resident Evil with, yeah, sure, now kind of, in my opinion, lackluster stories. which really weren't that good. It was just more people enjoyed the game for it being what it was. And now I see Street Fighter going down a path of kind of a, I don't know how to say it, kind of a, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Disparaging path, a path that is splintered and not cohesive. Because sure, while Street Fighter does need a story mode to compete with the likes of MKX, I don't necessarily think that it's necessary for me personally, but I know people enjoy that. Like Static, he talks about how much Dead or Alive 5's story is trash, and I tell him, well, it's a fighting game. It's not. Fighting games shouldn't be played for the story. They should be played for the game and the mechanics itself. But at the same time, that doesn't mean throw in a lackluster story mode. Do what Capcom used to do. Just put in an arcade mode with like an intro to the character, and then when you finish it, it has an outro. It has an ending cutscene. And there you go. You don't need to have this super high value story mode like Mortal Kombat and Injustice have. Because it's not really... Fighting games don't really need that. They really don't, in my opinion. But for me, I'm still gonna... I did pre-order it, but I think I'm just gonna not even continue. I'm not gonna pay it off Tuesday because I want to wait for everything to come. I don't want to play pretty much a half-assed game, which you can say that, well, you just said fighting games don't need a story mode. Yeah, but at the same time, they're missing all the stuff that I would use. Like, in Dead or Alive 5, I just started doing trials and stuff too, and it helps me learn a character. Now with stuff like Street Fighter, I'm more familiar with the characters, so I don't need it. But not saying I never played Dead or Alive, it's just that I rarely play it as compared to like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. So I'm gonna wait till June until the story mode comes out. Plus, I want to wait to see when the character that I actually want, that's a DLC character, comes out too. Then I'll get it for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Capcom and their way of dealing with Street Fighter 5 right now. I'm sure that it's not necessarily what they want to do. It's probably what they have to do due to budget. But at the same time, why couldn't they just release the game in June? With the story, with everything, rather than just, splintering the release and cutting the game into pieces. Not necessarily an episodic release like Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be, or Hitman is going to be, but it's still a bad practice in my opinion. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Make sure to tell your friends to watch us and subscribe to us too, because we need the help, man. Now, we like to give you guys content, and we want to have more people watch our stuff and give us feedback, man. But yeah, this has been Sparda of T.G.C. Thank you for watching once again, and keep on gaming, man.